fast Africa forward. For African countries to develop and become industrialized, it is vital that the continent undergoes a structural change and economic transformation, building the capacity and capabilities to transit into an industrial and high-income economy. Ever wondered how economies around the world make money? They rely on exporting whatever goods or products they produce. It's those very products produced and the production process that differentiate a rich and developed country from a poor and developing country. Whilst developed and rich economies have advanced productive sectors having the technological capacity to produce high-quality products for export, developing or poor economies would often have a low productivity sector with natural resource or commodity products as main export. The difference in production, labor output, income generated, and employment created sets both economies apart. Economic development is one of the many important goals Africa has aspired to attain. However, economic growth attained by many African countries based on natural resource and commodity export is good, but not good enough, and won't fulfill the requirement of economic development. African Center of Economic Transformation, ACET, 2014 African Transformation Report gave the following submission. To ensure that growth is sustainable and continues to improve the lives of many, countries now need to vigorously promote economic transformation. Growth so far has come from macroeconomic reforms, better business environments, and higher commodity prices. But economic transformation requires much more. Countries have to diversify their production and exports. They have to become more competitive on international markets. They have to increase the productivity of all resource inputs, especially labor. And they have to upgrade technologies they use in production. Only by doing so can they ensure that growth improves human well-being by providing more productive jobs and higher incomes, and thus has everyone share in the new prosperity. ACET proposes economic growth with depth, i.e., diversification, more export competitiveness, more productivity increases, more technological upgrading, and more improvements in human well-being. What we understand over the years in theory and in practice is that all developed, rich, and industrialized economies do undergo a transition in its structure from an agrarian economy with low productivity to an industrialized economy with high productivity. This process of moving labor and resources from low productivity to high productivity sector is called structural change. Those few developing economies that managed to make the transition from low income to high income status did so by undergoing a process of deep structural transformation in which the productive structure of their economy was changed completely. Asian Development Review, Volume 33. Economic transformation always involves structural change and economic diversification built on increasing technological capabilities, rising productivity, fostering human capital development, building good institutions and robust infrastructure. Interim Report 2020, Africa Group Constituency. According to the African Center for Economic Transformation, ACET, its African Transformation Index shows that the technological gap is even wider. In 1970, the share of high and medium tech products was 15% for Africa. In the comparator countries, it was 33%. Fast forward 35 years later to 2005, and we see the same extreme outcomes, where Africa remains at 15%, and the comparator countries jumped to an average of 58%. The rate at which technology is upgrading in African economies isn't getting any faster either. Research conducted by the ACET shows that technological upgrades have slowed down every year since 2013. In addition, Diversification has also decreased annually since 2013. What is needed in many African countries is a deliberate shift from current economic structure based on commodity and natural resources export, with less value added and less jobs created, to that of a high productivity industries having value added activities capable of hiring large numbers of averagely skilled workers. Industrial policy in the 21st century, the challenge for Africa. The question needs to be asked: how can a country develop and create more jobs without industry and technology, the two things many African countries lack today? At a time when technology upgrade and innovation is at a faster pace around the world, African countries that are most in need to catch up should show the necessary strength and zeal needed and should be at the forefront of implementing change. It is a fact that countries that once had similar economies like Africa 50 to 60 years ago in terms of their level of development, the East Asian nations, China, South Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, have undergone economic transformation. It should therefore be Africa's distinct choice to foster a deliberate political move on structural change and economic transformation, as many Asian countries have undergone such similar process to advance and boost their economic growth and productivity. Structural change, economic transformation, innovation, and upgrade in technology and value-added activities that creates more productive jobs is the obvious way for Africa today. If you're excited about fast-forwarding Africa's economy into the modern age, then don't hesitate to learn more about our campaign today. Together, we can make Africa transform into an economic powerhouse. Fast Africa Forward is a campaign organized to inspire a vision change within the continent, creating the political will to push for and accelerate economic transformation and industrialization in Africa.